நிஜ வாழ்க்கையோ நீழல் போன்றது.
And thank you for the kind words. On the outset, I think, I mean, in comparison to everyone else who's on the panel here today, I think all I've done is just follow a calling. I don't think I've been doing anything extraordinary in terms of actually making a difference to so many people's lives. But I believe that, you know, by example, you can like help someone else follow something that they want to do. So to begin with the architecture question, again, I have a small story to tell. So I come from I was born and raised in Cochin. I grew up in an agraharam, actually, for the first few years of my life, and then we moved to the city because my mother felt that education was really, really important, and she wanted my brother and I to have access to really good education. So I still remember when I finished my 12th standard and I was applying to colleges, and I finally I knew that I wanted to study architecture, and I applied to colleges across India. And it's a little tricky to get into the School of Architecture and Planning. And I managed to secure a seat, and people in the family were like, do you really want to do this? And I still remember very specifically an aunt who was saying, why do you want to waste a boy's seat? அவனாவது ஒரு குடும்பத்தை காப்பாற்றுவான், நீயோ நாளைக்கு கல்யாணம் பண்ணிடுவேன், or you're going to sing probably. So she was like, are you sure, like, why are you gonna, you know, study for take up this course and you're probably gonna ruin a boy's chance to save a family. So I was like, okay, challenge accepted, I guess. I don't know. So I was like, I just knew I had to do it, and a lot of times I've always found it difficult to kind of explain why I do what I do to people, but and oftentimes family and the immediate society that surrounds, but it's just been like a higher calling, and I know that I need to do this. Again, with singing, it wasn't really easy because it's an unconventional profession to kind of venture into. So through college, I was part of a pop rock band, and then I was part of another experimental band. Most of the musicians and instrumentalists were men. So I got asked questions. Why are you hanging out a lot with boys? Why are you singing in bars? Why are you singing there, here? So I've had attais who are like very, very amazing Carnatic singers. So singing in bars is not quite acceptable, to say the least. Again, I had no explanations. My brother asked me, why are you always hanging out with boys? So I told him, why don't you find me a female drummer, female keyboardist, female bass player, female guitarist, female sound engineer? Then we can, why not? So for me, I don't think I've always found it conflicting, confusing when my brother would have different rules, I would have different rules. How come he can go out after 8 p.m. but I can't go out after 8 p.m.? How come he can go travel alone but not me? All of these things. I've kind of grown up fighting this all my life. I'm like, I should be able to do this too. I should be able to do this too. I should be able to do this too. So that's been the story of my life. And I feel like I wish, like, this is again something that I mentioned earlier with Samir and at the panel. Like, I really wish that society would get to a place where it would operate beyond gender, where we are all individuals with qualities and values that we want to contribute to the society. And I really wish that it would become that one day, but I think we have a long way to go. And with playback, again, just to, how I got into it. I started working with a lot of friends and composing music. I'm a singer-songwriter as well. And I started, sharing my independent music online. One thing led to another. And I got opportunities to sing playback and backing vocals in movies and as a solo playback singer. Eventually, I've also managed, like, it's been great because I kind of learned it on the job. There is no playback singing course or like how to sing in a studio course. Now there are like amazing music colleges where you can learn things. But so eventually, I mean, I found myself at a place wherein I used to joke, like again, my friends and musicians used to ask me, are you going to choose music or architecture? And I started, it started as something that was such an innocent joke. I used to say, I'm going to build for musicians. I went on to graduate from college, and I designed the KM College of Music and Technology, which is A.R. Rahman Sir's music school, which is my maiden project, and definitely very special to me because designing a music school is like a dream project. And A.R. Rahman Sir has been a mentor, a guru, a huge inspiration. So to get to do this, and I feel like what he's doing has been making a huge difference in terms of providing quality music education here in India, and especially in Chennai. And I also went on to sing and work with him. The first one being Nejukule for Maniratnam Sir's Kadal, and many other projects after that, which I've been really, really grateful for. So again, like I feel like there have been instances where, within my own family, there have been cousins who have been girls who would be like, I want to do this because I know you did this, or who are kind of fighting the tide, or who are beginning to say, hey, no, I am going to go out of Kerala and study, or I'm going to go here and study. It might seem small, but these are the things. A lot of times women also grow up thinking the future of their lives is in the hands of their family and is in the hands of society, whether or not you can study, whether you can go to Bangalore and work. This is like such a big deal. I know a cousin who's like probably like fighting this battle. So these seem like really small things, but from the smallest level, this is where we have to find and make a difference. So, and I feel like this has been my journey, and I've managed to, get past a few battles, but I have a long way to go.
Subscribe to Walgan Television.
Please subscribe Walgan Television.